Hey, 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 we're back. We were on hiatus last week, but welcome to Looking for Love. I'm your host, Trey Kearney, and this is my co host.
Lamar Hall.
And we're here to bridge the gap between Generation X men and Generation X women to see what the misses are, why Generation X men are dating younger women, why Generation X women are checking out. Check this out, Lamar. I've been studying menopause, right? And because we trying to figure out why men are checking out of marriages. I mean, why men are checking out of marriages, why men are cheating. And I did some research on, I've been researching for like the last week, and 60% of marriages, 60% of women file for divorce during the menopause years. And the men are going to younger women because the women are checking out because of menopause. And they can't check out because of menopause. And I put a video up and I said, women, you can't check out of your marriage because of menopause. You can't just cut your husband off from intimacy. You can't just cut your husband off emotionally because you're going through a phase of life, because it's a phase of life. It's a part of life. All women are going to go through it. So men are going to keep recycling us, right? If a man doesn't date women in their 50s and he dates women in their 30s, and she gets to her 40s, menopause is going to kick in. And he's going to have the same problem if we as women don't fix it. The men can't fix this for us. We have to say we're not going to let menopause take us out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going through perimenopause. I get not hot flat. And the women was going off on me on this one video. They was going off like, you don't know what it's like and everybody's different. I said, yes, I did.
I mean, obviously, it's an uncomfortable situation to go through. But what are we talking? How long do these symptoms or this roller coaster ride with your emotions and things? How long does that last? Is it?
It can last 7 to 14 years.
No. I mean, at a time. I mean, like when you have heat flashes. How long?
Right.
How long does it last?
Well, I had a hot flash that lasted about 3 minutes. Like,
okay.
You really be hot.
What's another symptom?
Another symptom is vaginal dryness.
Okay.
Another symptom is hair loss. Another symptom is joint aches. Like my hip is bad. I know it's menopause because they did an MRI.
But what I'm saying, all of those things are just symptoms of someone that's gradually getting older. So, I mean, vaginal dryness, longer erections, we all strive for these goals to the end of day, but we all know we're going to fall short of this at some point in time. That being said, there shouldn't be any embarrassment that if you're well into your 50 and your senior years, that you're using KY jelly. That seems fucking immature to me. It's like, come on, like if you're 55 years old and you can't maintain an erection and you're not taking a pill, what are we talking about? Why are we playing with this? There's things that can help you, and these sound like excuses.
And that's what I said. And the women were so mad at me. And I said, I refuse, me as a woman of a certain age, as a woman of 54 years old, and a woman that's going through perimenopause, having the same symptoms as other women. And everybody's is, some could be to the extreme one day, whatever. But I had a day the other day where I have pain in this hip, but I never usually have pain in this hip. Well, one day I had pain in both hips. Like I really was like, oh, let me stand up, because I felt like I could barely walk. But instead of me sitting in it, Lamar, I got up and I stretched. You know what I'm saying? And I went and took me a Tylenol. And I said, menopause ain't about to take me out. I'm not.
That's what I'm saying. That situation isn't. You're not gonna feel like that 30 days out of the month.
Right. This is what I'm saying. But so the women are saying, I said this and I'll say it again. The women get comfortable, becomes a habit of using menopause as an excuse. And then they check out, and people they're saying that the divorce rate for women are going to file for the divorces. So they're trying to make it like Generation X men are the problem because the women are going to physically file the divorce. But women are going to physically file the divorce because they're at an age where they would rather file for divorce than do what they're supposed to do. And I hate to be the one to say it, but they rather file for divorce. He getting on my nerves. It's not, I don't feel like it.
It's a level of stubbornness I have never
Right.
experienced. So I don't thank goodness I haven't run into that type of woman.
And then some women are filing for divorce because they are finding out their husbands have been unfaithful. But we got to tell the whole story that he's been unfaithful because you haven't had sex with him in 2 years because you're going through menopause and you refuse to go to a doctor, holistic doctor, get some herbs, to get some peppermint oil, to get, there's this thing I'm taking from doTERRA to go. You refuse to do something to fix the problem. You decided that I'm going through menopause, I don't have to sleep with you, and you just have to suck that up. So the
Yep.
man goes out, unfortunately, and I'm not promoting cheating or anything like that, but that's why the divorce came, because your husband went out and had an affair. You found out, you got mad. Now you're filing for divorce. You're telling everybody he cheated on you, but you're not telling everybody you haven't slept with him in a year.
No, but listen, I was married to one of those, and listen, the narrative is always going to be she's the victim. That's fine. It doesn't matter at the end of the day to me, But it's just it's a narrative of her story for her friends and family and coworkers to rally around her and go, "You're a good woman." I'm here to say you are a good woman, but you didn't do some shit you were supposed to do. So
And fulfill your husband's
that's
needs.
what it is. So I mean, so it is. I mean,
And
everybody's
let
gonna
me go to
spin
the
it.
Bible on that. Let me go real churchy on us, real for like 2 seconds. Okay, let me just do this, because
Got
we did there was a comment on TikTok from another woman who may be watching. I won't say her name. I'm sure she don't mind because she goes back and forth. But anyway, she made a comment that the video that I put up wasn't very biblical for God fearing men who believe in God, who are believers. And the video I put up is, and I said, if you're not gonna sleep with your husband, let that man go. And if you're the one that won't sleep with him, you leave the house. Why should he have to leave if you're the one that's not doing what you're supposed to do? Why does he have to leave his lawnmower? Why does he have to leave his man cave? Why does he have to leave his bedroom? Why does he have to leave his closet? Why does he have to leave his healthy, safe environment? Why don't you leave? You don't want to do what you want to do. So this woman told me this is ungodly, healthy advice. So let me go to my Bible real quick and tell people what it says about sex in a marriage. Let's just do that. Let's
Let's
go to
go.
Corinthians, folks. Let's go to First Corinthians. Get your Bibles out if you got them, because we're gonna have a 2-second Bible study. Go to First Corinthians, and this was in my Bible study last Thursday. First Corinthians 7, 2 through we'll go to 2 through 6, because here's where you stop your man from cheating. This is what the Bible says, Miss that put the comment. First Corinthians,
You almost slipped up.
huh?
You almost slipped up.
Okay. First Corinthians 7, 2 through 5. And brothers, you can write this down and show it to your wife. But because there is so much sexual immorality, each man should have his own wife, and each woman should have her own husband. Now listen to this part. The husband should fulfill his wife's sexual needs, and the wife should fulfill her husband's sexual needs. The wife gives authority of her body to her husband, and the husband gives authority over his body to his wife. Do not deprive each other of sexual relations unless you both agree to refrain from sexual intimacy for a limited time so you can give yourselves more completely to prayer. Here's the part where you keep your husband from cheating. Here's the part right here. After that, hold on. Afterwards, you should come together again so that Satan won't be able to tempt you because of your lack of self-control. Have a nice day. The Bible says the husband should fulfill his wife's sexual needs. The wife should fulfill her husband's needs. The wife gives authority over her body to her husband, and the husband gives authority of his body over to his wife. Do not deprive each other unless y'all agree for a period of time to fast and pray, and then come back together so your needs are fulfilled so you don't go outside tempted. Hallelujah. Amen. Praise Jesus. Get your Bibles, ladies. Get your Bibles. I'm not talking foreign here. I'm talking biblical. You are to fulfill your husband's needs, and your husband is to fulfill yours. And you cannot deprive your mate unless agreed. We're going to take a break from my body because I'm sick. We're going to take a break. You can't deprive your husband or your wife because you feel like it. Now, go get your Bible, please and thank you. And then we can have another conversation on another show. But anyway, Lamar, let's get to our questions. And Lamar's been working hard, so
I've been working. Hey, I've been working. I've been ready. I missed this. I missed it. I'm ready.
So you want to do Sonic the Hedgehog first? That's the title they put on it.
Yeah, I'm intrigued. You got me. Yeah, let's go.
So the heading was Sonic the Hedgehog. I was like, Sonic the Hedgehog? Yes.
Creativity. I like it.
Yo, I recently got intimate with my girl. We've been together about 4 months. The sex was amazing. Here's the problem. She gave me a BJ and she hit me with her teeth. She bumped me several times before I pulled her up, and I thought it was just nerves and a misstep. But we got together again, and man, those teeth hit me again. Lamar, you ever been scraped or hit with teeth? No bueno. What am I going to do? That is definitely a necessity. Any suggestions?
You sound like it. Sound like it has a good sense of humor, and yes, it has happened before.
I don't know what that feels like, so I can't.
Yeah, it is. Listen, it's not a good feeling, and depending on your pain tolerance and lots of other variables, it could be a mood killer.
Oh,
so
is it that bad? I mean,
it can be if that back one gets you.
Oh, not the back.
Yeah. Listen, women, and this is free game. When you are giving a BJ, take your time. It's a race, it's a marathon, not a race. Go slow. Take your time. You guys jamming your face in it. I don't know very many like that gawk gawk sign. It's not my thing. But just slow down, go a little slower, and that will lessen the chance of getting any back teeth action.
Oh my goodness. So the teeth is a problem? This is my first time hearing somebody say this. So
yeah,
I'm not a man though.
Yeah, teeth are horrible. So
shouldn't he just tell her, like, you hit me with your tooth?
Yeah, I mean, he should be comfortable enough to tell her, say, hey, can you just slow down a little bit? Like, slow down. Some women get excited, they get carried away, and you're I'm trying to think. You remember that exercise thing that everybody had for a while? They had to look like a barbell, and you jerk it, and it's kind of
the shaker.
Yeah, the shaker thing.
Yeah.
You have different types of people that shake it. Some people are violently shaking it. So be gentle. There's a very delicate piece of equipment there. So you don't just go jerking things around like that. You must be gentle.
Oh my goodness. So brother, you could work this out.
Yeah, you can work that out.
You can work it out.
Yeah, just tell her to slow down a little bit. And if she slows down, that should lessen the probability, of getting hit with the back teeth.
Well, I guess the rest of us been doing it right, because I'm sure. I'm sure I wouldn't want somebody to not tell me you hit me with your tooth and it hurts. Like, I guess the person, maybe to the ladies.
You could listen. When you are man and woman, you're being that intimate, you should be able to pick up on energy and body language and how you feel and things of that nature. If you hit me with the back tooth and I hit you should feel my energy, like, oh, I did something wrong, So unless you just pounding away, come on.
They must be young. I'd have to like, they must be young to not say.
Yeah, they're obviously not that. It's only been 4 months, so they're not that comfortable with one another. So, but again, energy.
She don't know what she's doing. So that's all I'm gonna say. Like, she don't know what she's doing. There's a way. I don't want to get too far into it, because then people gonna be judging me for the scripture. You know what I'm saying? We so judgmental over here. Since I just read a scripture, but there's a way to do it. I was a married woman, so let's just say when I did it with my husband, for the churchy folks that want to be on my back. Don't start with me. Listen, I'm just saying there's a way to do it, because these two teeth right here.
I thought you was done.
I'm trying
Just take your head to the side and just see it all. Like,
I'm trying to help the ladies. These two teeth right here, well, at least mine are pointy. So you gotta kind of sort of make sure your lip. Never mind. Let me just.
I'm about to tune out. Take me off screen.
I'm sorry, Lamar. I'm sorry. I'm about to get every man excited.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Like. That's all we had to do.
You just gotta. There's a way to do it. Like if you have pointy teeth, I have pointy teeth, so I had to know that. You know, it might be a possibility, but I do know. Like, let me say how sensitive it is down here. At least I know for the testicles, it's very sensitive because y'all know my son has autism, so I have to help him shower, right? And I thought he had like some lint down there, but it was a gray hair. Man, I tried to go for that. That boy was scooching. So I was like, he autistic, he ain't crazy. So I called a friend of mine and I was telling him, he said, And he getting kind of hairy too. So I told my friend, I said, am I supposed to? He said, don't touch nothing. Just don't put no clippers. Don't do nothing.
No, listen,
That's what he said.
Hey, listen. They are fragile eggs, okay? Like, you walk away. Don't play with those. Listen, I see movies and porn and stuff, and guys are getting them slapped and pulled, and no, they are. Yeah, you remember in Christmas Story where the guy with the leg and the train, fragile.
Yeah,
that's my boss.
How do we get into
fragile?
Yeah, so my friend was telling me, he was like, no. If it's lint, just leave it. It'll come off. Just leave them alone. Don't pull a hair. Don't just that area. He said, just leave it alone. Get it clean and just walk away. So I was like, okay, because my son, he be like, when I'm trying, he be, he's scooching back. And I'm like, I'm not trying to touch you. I'm just trying to help you. So I know how sensitive it is because he only wants you.
Man, listen, I was 12 years old and I did something inappropriate to a young lady. And I'm not saying I wasn't deserving. But the way she kicked me in the balls, man, changed your life. Like,
no.
The getting kicked in the balls is the worst feeling ever. And I think it's happened twice.
To you? Somebody kicked you in your balls twice?
I was young, like 12, 13 years old, something like that.
What were you doing?
And I don't know. Maybe when it was growing up, it was like a thing. Like when girls just try to knee you in the balls all the time. You're like,
we did here.
See, that's a memory that you ain't even have in your brain. You like, how many dudes I try to knee in the balls? Like, try to destroy families and generations and shit. God damn, man.
How do we get here? We're getting off this question. If you just tuned in, listen, y'all. If you just tuned in, you tuned into Looking for Love, a show for Generation X men and women, bridging the gap and having real conversations and get real questions from real people who just need some help. So let me just go to our next question.
Hey, Liz, I told you I missed you. So
I missed you too. That's why we acting up because we don't know what we're doing. So here's one. Hello, Lamar and Trey. I really enjoy you guys. Very funny, but real. We're not trying to be funny.
I am.
Anyway, I've been married for 11 years. I recently found out my husband's been having an affair. A male friend I went to school with reached out to me on Facebook. He sent me 2 pictures of my husband with this woman. One was from 4 years ago, and one was from this year. He asked if he could call me because he didn't want to seem messy. We are not close friends, went to school together, and are just Facebook friends. He explained he saw the first picture 4 years ago, but it seemed innocent because it was a group of people. But the recent picture of them, the caption read, "Booed up." I thanked him and ended the call. I confronted my husband. He finally admitted, but claimed he wants to stay married. We have 4 sons, 12, 10, 9, and 6. If I'm being honest, we had a shotgun wedding because I was pregnant. Not that I'm saying we didn't love each other, but if I wasn't pregnant, we probably would have waited or not married at all. But our parents insisted, especially my dad, who is now pissed off. He wants me to leave him. He says he will make sure the boys get the male presents they need from him. My mom thinks we should try to work it out. He's been in a whole relationship for 4 years with this other woman. Is it even possible for them to cut ties? I am very confused, embarrassed, and just angry. Please share your thoughts.
All right. She has to really look at herself and what do you want? You know, I hear a lot of input from a lot of outside people. So it's this is your life. This is what do you want? Do you want your husband? But let me also be real with you. As a woman, I don't remember your age, but a woman getting back out in the dating market with 4 children. I don't care how present your father's going to be or whatever. There's no man signing up for that. So you're going to have a life of flings, you know, guys that'll take you serious for a little while and then they'll dip. No one's going to get too close. If that's what you want, then that's what you can have. But you need to sit down with your husband and really ask him, what does he see in this other woman that he doesn't see in you? And it's time to look in the mirror and ask yourself, why did he cheat? There's something he's not getting from you. There's 4 children with you. Apparently he loves you.
Apparently he getting sex.
Yeah, he needs obviously he needs to be satisfied. So it's something that's missing that's driving him to do it. And he has to pretend this relationship to get what he ultimately needs. This other woman needs companionship and she needs to be courted and done and dated. He needs consistent sex. If that's what she's going to give him, that's what he's going to do. He would do the same thing for his wife. She just doesn't know how to do it anymore.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say they've been seeing each other for 4 years. Reverse engineer. Go back to that. That's what there was a breakdown in your relationship 4 years ago. And if you think back to 4 years ago, just go back to the ages of your children and think about where was the breakdown in the relationship. Now, sis, I'm never ever blaming a woman for a man sticking his penis in somebody else. I'm never ever blaming a woman for a man making a decision to have a whole outside relationship. I'm never going to do that. However, you have to be responsible and accountable for the breakdown in your relationship, because when it comes to a relationship, 2 people are responsible for the breakdown in the relationship. Because long before sex happens, there is a breakdown in the relationship in a miss, like Lamar said. There's something that was missing, and we all need to know, and we all need to articulate to each other. We all need to communicate to our spouse what it is that we need. Not we, a lot of times as humans, give the person what it is that we want. So if we want gifts, we give gifts. If we want words of affirmation, we give words of affirmation. If we want whatever we want, we're giving. Yep. That's not necessarily what the other person wants. Or we come into a relationship and we bring baggage. And if I was with Lamar and I'm going into a relationship, if I don't take the time to heal and clear my mind, I'm going to go into that relationship giving that man what Lamar wanted. And that man is not Lamar. That man got his own needs and his own wants. And a lot of us as women, and I'm sure as men, go into relationships catering to our ex that we are no longer with. So again, you said it was a shotgun wedding because y'all basically got married because you were pregnant. So that was a miss already. And that's why your father is saying he'll step in because he feels guilty for making you marry this man. Now, your husband said he wants to still stay married. So I would visit that to say, my only concern would be as a relationship coach is that your husband and this woman have a bond. And the only reason why you're having this conversation with your husband is because he got busted. It would be different for me and I would say move forward 100%. If he came to you and said, I've been having an affair, but I want our marriage to work. And this is why I've been having the affair. But had you not found out, this probably would have gone on. So there has to be a real conversation. And for me, I want your mental health to be good. So if you stay with your husband, are you ever going to have peace of mind? For me, cheating is a deal breaker for me. I'm not saying it's not for everybody, but it's a deal breaker for me because I know that mentally if a man cheats on me, I'm never going to trust him again. So when he go out the house, I'm gonna be looking, my stomach gonna have bubble guts. I'm gonna be nervous. I'm gonna be calling his phone. I'm gonna be driving him crazy. And I don't want anybody, I don't want to do it to me, and I don't want to do it to him. I would have to walk away. But like Lamar said, you have 4 children. And if this man is involved with his children, it's gonna be a trickle down to everybody. So I'm not saying stay or go. I'm just saying seek some counseling. And like Lamar said, get everybody out of your ear. Get everybody out of your husband's ear, and y'all go see somebody and sit down, and you know your husband, right? Most of us know when our husband is lying because they do stuff, and I won't tell the man what it is because that will be giving out trade secrets. And just sit down with your husband and see if he's serious about letting this woman go, because that's going to be hard because they have an emotion. They've been in a 4-year relationship. They weren't just bumping uglies. Like, they formed a bond.
Yeah, I mean, he was giving her what he wanted out of what she needed, and it was the companionship. And in return, he got what he needed, which was a lot of sex.
Right. Well, I don't know if it was a lot of sex. They seem like they having a lot of sex with all them kids. Ain't no.
Come on. I mean, that 4 years ago, the youngest was 2 years old, so that's probably where it started, you know. And she
right. He did say 4 years.
Yeah, so the youngest was 2. You got 4 kids, all under the age of 10 years old at this time. Come on, that's a lot, you know.
It is.
So I mean, I'm not surprised he's out cheating, because he's not taking care of the kids. He's not doing all that stuff. I mean, she's in the weeds of it, and it's just easy to go out. And instead of, she probably said no a couple of times, and he's like, I bet I'm out.
Right. Okay.
I mean, again,
he said he wanted to work on the marriage, not let the other woman go. See how language, and this is why you have to have these conversations of, is this woman out of our life? That's a good point. Not, I want to work on a marriage. And while we're working on a marriage, what does that look like? So this is why you got to go to professionals, and you got to sit down with somebody and have a whole real discussion. And you got to be real. You got to be prepared as the woman to hear. Is going to another woman, because that's
true. We skipped over it, and I remember to file it, and I was like, let's not agree. What's up with the dude that snitched though?
Oh,
her homeboy out of nowhere just snitching, telling on people.
Well, he didn't snitch until the girl booed up. Like, he saw the picture 4 years ago.
Man, that ain't his business. He don't even know her. Like,
he do know her. Why would you think that would be okay for somebody to have this woman blindsided? It's one thing see, side chicks are too bold nowadays, because you posting pictures of somebody else's husband.
No, she was too stupid. She didn't find out. That's her problem. Why is this dude taking it upon to be the sheriff and ratting niggas out? I don't get it. That's a different type of code. Keep your nose in your business.
I'm just saying, she didn't know because she trusted her husband. So that's not fair. That's not fair that she wasn't snooping or looking because she trusted.
Listen. There's plenty of women that choose not to snoop, and there's some that just don't care. Then the other side of it is there's some that are, they detectives. So
right,
you just got another type of woman you dealing with.
Right. I think y'all one need counseling. Like, y'all need counseling. 2, y'all need to get your family and everybody out of your business to sit down to decide what's best for not only you, but for your children, for your finances, and for your family, for the nuclear family. Y'all need to get everybody out of it. Y'all need to just really sit down and decide. And your husband really needs to make a decision that I'm never going to see this woman again. And you have to know in your heart, because you know your husband, right? You know your friends, you know your husband, you know when a person is being deceptive. And you have to think about your well-being, your mental health, because if this is going to drive you crazy and you're going to drive that man crazy, y'all should just cut ties now. That's all I'm saying. If y'all decide to be together,
I was just listening to you say all that stuff, and I was like, man, that's a lot to overcome. This is real. Like, that's just, man, when you say it like that, it just, I don't mean to be optimistic, but
Maritza said, "You don't think some signs were there that she ignored?" I'm
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, I'm saying she wasn't even looking. Then it's got this old funny in the back of the day, partner that's like, oh, let me be the good guy, put a cape around her. Man, maybe she didn't want to know. Now you gotta all been out of shape and mess the whole house up over this. She didn't want to know.
Right.
She probably didn't even have Facebook. He probably had to send it to her, like, look, what's on Facebook? She's like, I don't even have Facebook.
No, she did. She said they were Facebook friends. So, but you're right. Maybe she did know, and it was okay with her to not have evidence. You know what I'm saying? Like, to just let me take care of my kids. The house is taken care of. He's present.
He was doing it for 4 years. I mean, he was actually kind of smooth with it.
It really was.
His girl just got caught up in,
But that's the problem for me. If it was just I'm getting sex, but when you are in a full-fledged relationship with somebody else, I got a problem with that. Like that's scary for me, that because one, you have to understand that even if he decides to let go, that woman might not want to let go. So she might want to just wreak havoc. She might want to be calling him and texting him.
I don't listen. I cheated a lot in my marriage. So I never was like in love with nobody. They're like, they knew what it was. Maybe I was a scumbag or whatever. Fuck it. I don't care. They knew. I never had the situation like, when are you gonna leave your wife? I never had them conversations. So it was like, and I was like, I am not, that's a whole different playing boyfriend to somebody else. I wasn't in it for that. I wasn't.
Right, that's the point though. But that's the problem here with this. You've been in a relationship with a woman.
That's how he's a whole, because he's going to transition out this easy. So it's like, I mean, she can bounce if she wants to, but he already got his lined up, and she been looked like 100 for 4 years. So all you just gave him was a green light to be like, I'm out, holla. So,
oh no, don't say that. He said he wants to stay married.
Yeah, until she says a couple of times, and then he'll be like, all right, cool.
Wow. So I would say, first, don't act irrational. Don't act out of your emotions, and don't listen to what everybody else is saying.
Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Not you. I'm talking about her family. Like her father's telling her to leave her husband. Her mother's telling her she thinks that they should work, because they're just causing confusion because you respect your mother and your father. But this really is a decision that you have to make, because you're the one that has to live with the final decision. If you're going to be up all night worried for the rest of your life, then if you're choosing that, that's fine with me. I'm not telling you to leave. But if you can't give that man a clean slate, that's the life that you're going to live. You're going to be worried about when he goes to work, if he's with this woman. And then on the other hand, this woman is not just going to let him go, because the only reason why you guys are talking about this is because somebody ratted him out. So it wasn't like I'm ready to let this woman go and she ready to let me go. They're together. So there's a lot here, sis. So I'm praying for you, and I'm saying, first of all, get the help that you need and the support that you need from professionals. And then you and your husband need to sit down together to decide on your marriage, what it is that y'all are going to do. Okay. If you just tuned in, you're tuned into Looking for Love on the New You Nation Network YouTube channel. I'm your host, Trey Kearney, and this is my co-host,
Lamar Hall.
We're here every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please go subscribe to the New You Nation Network YouTube channel and put on the alert button. Click the little bell so you know when we're coming on. So we're going to go to our next question. And if you have any questions, you can send the questions to us. You can send it to our Instagram at Trey Kearney, or you can send it to Lamar at
Maria, MAR_T_Hall 13. I was trying to follow it under the bottom.
Yes. And we will get back to you, and we would love to answer your question or discuss a topic you'd like to talk about. Let's see now. I recently found out my girl had a full-blown relationship with another woman for 7 years. She never told me this, and I feel deceived. I'm a heterosexual male, and I want a heterosexual female. She says it was a phase, and she's not into women. She has 2 kids, so I assume she was straight. I don't know what to believe at this point. I asked her, did she ever give oral sex She said, yes. That just disgusted me. It's hard because we've been together for 2 years. I just can't.
Keep going.
I'm sorry. It's hard because we've been together for 2 years. I just can't cut my feelings off. But every time I think about it, my mind just takes me down a rabbit hole and I get disgusted all over again. She says, give it time. Is time up? Do I stay or do I go?
Signed, Uncle Willie. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Does he stay or does he go?
Listen.
Want me to answer or you want to?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you go first. You go first.
My problem anytime with this is there was a lack of communication from the beginning, right? In 2024, we know that we got bisexual, trisexual, straight, gay. We got all of these different things that people are. So the real conversations that we have to have with people is sexually, your sexual orientation. What do you prefer, right? If we know that it would bother us, like it would bother me if I found out that I was with a man and he was with another man. That would be a problem for me, right? So that's just a topic of conversation that I would have with men that I'm dating. Not that I'm judging, but that's just not my bag. I'm straight. I like straight men. I'm a heterosexual woman. I like heterosexual men. So it's up to me to ask a man, have you in 2024? That is a question that you must ask.
Damn.
Seriously, like that's a question when you were dating.
I respect it. I've never had that question asked, but I get it. I understand. Cover all your bases.
But now because we're in a time now. It was different when we were coming up. So I don't know how old this woman is that he's dating.
Oh,
the younger generation is totally.
He sounds way old. His whole language. I can see him writing this letter. It's like he's an old school dude. So,
but the problem is, old school dudes are dating younger women, and this is what younger women do. So if you're an older man and you're dating younger women, you have to ask because they don't have a problem with this.
Right. We're
old school. We do.
And she kept it from him because she knew he wasn't for it. So, so like with me, it's a requirement.
2 women to be together?
Gotta like them.
You don't mind if a woman has been with another woman? No?
I like it.
Oh.
I prefer it.
See, now, I wouldn't date you. No, I'm being honest. This is a conversation.
But to be honest, it's not a problem. I'm 52 and I can't say I ran across any woman that I've dated that was like, no.
Right. Well, I'm just saying I would have this conversation with you, and that would be I wouldn't want to deal with you if that's part, because I wouldn't want to deprive you of something that you want.
Yeah.
That'll just happen.
As soon as you said, "Oh, I don't like that," are you out?
Yeah, all right. Date me.
I scratched right through your name. If we were texting, it might be. As soon as I shoot it off, it's probably followed with a block.
Oh, but no, this is why communication is so important, because we could never, date, because once I found that out about you, I would be like, for me, that's nasty. And then I'm not trying to offend anybody, but that's just my mindset. I'm not into other girls, and I'm not into men that's into other girls that's into other girls. So these are the conversations now that we have to have, because this is the way the world is. It is free love. And if you're not asking the right questions, you're going to find out the hard way, like he did. And now you all disgusted and disturbed. So if you're disgusted by her, let her go. Just because Lamar don't mind. No, I'm serious.
I know.
Let her go, because there's a man out there that don't mind.
I would have been mad as hell that you've been doing this shit for 7 years and didn't include me.
No. It was with a previous relationship. They weren't together. He found out after they got together that she had a 7-year relationship with a woman.
Okay.
And he assumed that she was in a relationship with a man because she had 2 kids. So the assumption would be that she was with men. which she probably was because she was with men. You know, I know plenty of women that got kids that have been with men and are now with women.
Well,
So
I mean, you know,
gotta ask.
hey, listen, at some point, women are going to be fed up because there's going to be a shortage of men. So there's going to,
if it was no men on this planet, I'm not.
But I'm saying, listen, the pool for men in general, I'm not talking good, bad, high value. I'm just talking about men in general. The pool is shrinking. And the rate that women are being born is 3 times as many as men. At some point, the cup overfloweth.
Well, I don't care. Like I said, Marissa said Lamar is hilarious. I'm saying, I don't care if it's a shortage of men, and I'm not judging anybody. My preference is not women, regardless if
No, you get too specific. I'm just talking in general. It's just
I'm just saying
for guys between the age of 25 and 55, in a couple of years, you're gonna have your pick if you do the work on yourself. That's why I always tell young men, get yourself together and go see the world, enjoy yourself, make as much money as you can, and then try to settle down 34, 35, and then you'll have your pick. And you'll be at the top of the food chain and you can get what you want out of the game.
Ladies. I need y'all to peep game. I need y'all to peep game. I need y'all to listen, because there's other men that think like that. I need y'all to listen to what he's saying, because that's why we're here. We're here to learn. We are here to hear the mind of a Gen X man and the mind of a Gen X woman. And we're here to understand and learn different things. And you got to catch the gems when the gems come. And that right there, I hope y'all listening. If you just tuned in, you're tuned into Looking for Love. We're here every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we talk all about relationships, the truth, the hard truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. My name's Trey Kearney. This is my co-host,
Lamar Hall.
And we would love if you would subscribe to the New You Nation Network YouTube channel. Make sure you hit the bell so that you get the alert next Wednesday when we come on live. We're going to go to our next question because our time just be running out too fast. Let's see. Hey, Trey and Lamar. Hey. Say hey. Hey. I'm a 67-year-old man with a few medical problems, one being erectile dysfunction. I've been married for 21 years. My wife is 54. I recently found some messages in her phone from several men. One she has admitted to sleeping with one time. She blamed it on me because of my medical condition. I am beyond hurt. I have never been unfaithful to my wife. I'm well off and have been for most of my adult life, so I've had plenty of options and opportunities. We've been going to counseling and holistic and medical doctors to work on my condition. So I was totally caught off guard because I've been open and honest and pleasing her in other ways. She has this dismissive attitude. I've decided to move on. I own 4 homes, 3 on the East Coast and 1 we live in on the West Coast. I love my home, so I don't want to move. So do I ask her to leave?
Well, sounds like he's already made his decision. I would like to know the age of the wife.
She's 54.
Okay, so he's 67, she's 54.
Yes.
Okay, so at some point he knew that was going to happen. So it was inevitable. So as a man, and I thought about that as I dated younger women too, is like at some point you are going to have to deal with your inadequacies with a younger woman. The greater the age, the quicker the problem's going to come. So she is not going to be able, at 54 years old, she's not going to be wanting to have sex the way she's having it. She's got another 4 or 5 years in her. He's 67. His quality of life now, I think he's blowing up the spot on something that he didn't think about when he first got into that situation. Now you're dealing with it on the tail end of it, and that's his fault. So you should think about this all the way through before you deal with a younger woman. Because if you can't deal with you love the front end concept, you love all the front end of it, but the back end of this shit is you got to deal with stuff like that. So
she's 54.
Yeah, but I'm saying when he was younger, it was cool. He was in his 50s, she was in her 30s. It was cool. So then he gets a little older, and I was there. I mean, I'm not speaking from no place I haven't visited in the last year. So that's why I raised the age up a little bit. So I'm like, you know, I got a 10-year gap now. So where it was 23, you know, at its greatest, it's like that didn't make any sense, you know. And then, you know, I understand the people that were close to me was looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, I should look at me like I was crazy too, you know. So it's like, are you really thinking this shit through? And I didn't. So that's what I said. I had to figure it out. So he's dealing with a back end problem that he didn't even see coming, and it hurts. But I'm just saying to an older man who has had younger women on his arm, this is what you got to deal with, my man. You loved that attention with her 15 years ago. Your boys thought you was the king. Now you didn't take care of your health, and you know, unfortunately, your manhood is in question. You got to stand there.
No, he don't.
That's just me. Okay. I mean, you can run. You can run if you want to, but I mean, I
he's
would
ready to go. Clearly, this is what I see. Clearly, she's going to continue to cheat.
It's not. It shouldn't even be a question of cheating. He should allow it. He can't perform.
What? No.
Let's hold on. Let's flip the script.
I'm flipping it.
No. So let's just say it's a 70-year-old woman and it's a 50-year-old man. They love each other, but she can't perform no more. She can't, and he's gonna go do it too. So it ain't wrong. You wanted that, and now you don't. It ain't acceptable because what they supposed to do at 54 years old? She's just supposed to.
But he said I've been pleasing her in different ways, right?
It ain't working.
Right, but I'm just saying, just think that what if he was, you know, there's some men that have erectile dysfunction at 54.
We all will step into it at some point in time. It's just that some of us at 67 sound like he had a good run.
But I'm just saying, what if he was 54 and she was 54 and he experienced erectile dysfunction because of a medical condition and he's he's willing to please her. It's one thing if he just like, I'm not doing nothing about this. He said, we're going to holistic doctors. We're going to medical doctors. I'm pleasing her in other ways. I got to rock with a brother that's willing to work with me and please me in other ways.
Man is not living on blowjobs alone. At some point, they are very similar and you can call them cousins, but they ain't really, it ain't the real thing. So
then he needs to walk away from her.
You'll blow up everything over his inadequacies. Come on, man. It's like, come on, bro.
It's a medical condition. It's not something that he can't.
He's 67. It was gonna happen anyway.
But 67 is now. I'm just saying that.
I hope it don't happen to me, but I mean, shit.
But I'm saying that when a person marries you and makes a commitment, it's just like the menopause thing, right? It's just like the menopause thing. Ma'am, you can't check out because you got menopause. You can't check out. You still have to perform your wifely duties, whether it's with KY jelly or whether it's a hand job or whether it's a blow job or whatever it is. You still have to perform your wifely duties because we took a vow to be together through sickness and in health and all of that. As long as this is for me, as long as we're both trying, I don't expect a man to accept the fact that I'm just going to check out at 54 and he's 57 to never have sex with him again, or for 7 to 14 years for as long as menopause lasts because I'm in menopause. I don't get to just be like, this is a medical condition and I'm hot flashing and my vagina's dry. No, I got to fix it.
What if you had a medical condition and you couldn't have sex anymore? And let's say he supports you and he's like rocking with you for 2 or 3 years and it ain't getting no better. Are you gonna give him a pass or you just expect him to, pack his thing up and he can't go play no more?
No, I'm not giving a man a pass if we made a commitment to our each other. I'm not giving anybody a pass to cheat on me because if it is
cheating, if you can't perform, it's not cheating.
Yes, it is.
No,
yes,
it's not.
It is because again, there's other ways to satisfy each other. I don't care what nobody. Women do it all the time that are not in a relationship with toys. So you're telling me that this woman, when we got women that are healthy with men outside that are healthy with hard penises, these women are at home pleasing themselves with toys. You telling me that this woman has to go outside of her marriage because she's selfish, because her husband is actually working on it. Now, if he was like, lump it or leave it, I'd be like, well, go do what you need to do. But this man is going to doctors. This man is going to holistic. This man is trying to fix the problem, and you're going to blame him.
He just needs to give her a pass every once in a while. They sound like they got a really good life together, and he's ready to blow up the spot because he's inadequate. I mean, that shit, man. It is what it is, dog.
You need to let her go.
That's why if you are the man and you feel like you're the man, enjoy it, because you ain't gonna be the man forever. So, and you don't want to have no regrets. So.
You need to let her go, bro. You need to let her go. Because I'm serious. I'm so serious about people willing to work on the problem. It's one thing when somebody say, you just got to deal with the fact that I got erectile dysfunction. I'm not putting my head down there. I'm not using my fingers. I'm not buying no dildos.
It's not cancer. It ain't like that. You just can't perform. I mean, I get it, but it's like, man, I mean,
women put on strap-ons.
Yeah, but what? That's what he's. That's what he's supposed to do.
No, he's supposed to use a dildo. No, I'm serious. Like, he's supposed to use a toy in his mouth, in his hands, and y'all still being intimate.
I'm pretty sure they went through all of that. And she was just like, "Listen, I'm missing hammer time."
Yeah, just let her go, because I'm serious. I'm a 54-year-old woman, and if I had a man that I really loved and we got married, and he went through this, and he was trying, and he was still pleasing me in the bedroom, and we got us some toys and some whipped cream, and he was putting his head down there, and we was doing all the other things. I'm sorry, I'm rocking with my dude. Like, if we doing all of that, because what's the difference between a dildo with your husband and an erect penis? Because you could pick a size. I'm asking.
I checked out of that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, but the ladies can chime in. What's the difference?
I'm just saying, I mean, when it comes to penises, I only know one. Unfortunately.
So I would say to us as women, the same grace that we want with menopause, as long as for women, as long as we're working on it, as long as we're coming up with solutions to please our men, to not give excuses about hot flashes and dry vaginas and all that other stuff, we have to work through these things in a relationship, because we've made a commitment to each other. And the problem is people like this woman checking out and deciding to do what she want to do when her husband is trying, and women that go through menopause that just say, I'm checking out of life, period. I'm mad, I'm hot, and the person has to deal with that. Nobody has to deal with that.
Hey, but you see the difference? A man's going through something, he's still trying. A woman go through something, everything stops.
But the man gotta
No,
I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying the man has to be willing to say, I'm not going to be here because you decided to check out of life. That's not what I signed up for. So I hope y'all are enjoying this, because we can go on and on about this question. But my brother, tell her to move. This man said, I own 4 houses. He taking care of this woman, and she's so dumb that some dick, would make her lose her husband. And it's probably some poor penis. Not the poor penis. See, this is what happens. Women just doing dumb stuff. Keep your husband. Y'all got a good life. He said, I've been financially stable for a long time. I had options and opportunity, and I've never been unfaithful to my wife. This man has built a life for them. And you gonna let go of your husband, who is financially stable, a provider and a protector, for some poor penis. I bet you she dealing with a dude with some poor penis. I bet you he poured in it and got a penis. Like, this the kind of stuff ticks me off, because there's some women that would love to be with her husband. We all talk about what we want, right? As women, Lamar, be real with me. We all talk about, as women, we want stability and security in our relationship with our husband. Those are the things that we require to thrive. And then we see so many sisters that get that, only to do something like this, because he's going through a medical condition that he's working on. And he said, I'm still pleasing her. Let her go. Let her go. That's what I'm going to say.
I think women fumble more good men than good men fumble good women.
I agree. I agree. I totally agree with that. Because women always thinking FOMO, fear of missing out. And we got to stop that because ain't nothing out there in these streets but lemon pepper wings, hookah, and poor penis. You know it's true. You know ain't nothing but lemon pepper wings, hookah, and
Yeah,
poor
I ain't in them streets like that no more. I'm disgusted with people. I've officially turned into the old guy in the club, and it don't feel good. The spots I used to go to a year or two ago, the whole dynamics have changed, and I'm good. I'd rather sit at home. I'm good.
I know that's right. We're gonna go to our next question. Oh, Lamar, you're gonna like this one.
All right, let's go.
My wife is a financial drain. All she does is spend and complain. I'm so sick of this. We've been married 5 years, and I'm a 51-year-old. She's 42, and I'm 51 with a successful career in finance. We have a 3-year-old, so she is in capital letters. So she decided to be a stay at home mom and quit her job. Yet she has a nanny. So she's out doing her nails, hair, and shopping. The nanny is raising our child. I'm watching her ruin my financial future. I was recently approached by a business associate to partner with her in a business, or should I say, $1 million business deal. I want to move forward with the business deal. This is not getting any better with my wife. She's already jokingly said if I ever leave her, she'll take everything. At this point, I'm willing to take that chance and start over. Do I sound selfish or am I in a losing battle?
The game is not set up for you to win, unfortunately,
Ooh,
and you're in it. You're in it knee deep right now. So it doesn't sound like you're happy. So I would search your happiness, and really ask yourself, do you see a future with this woman? You
take
know,
off the credit cards. Take her off the bank account. No, I'm sorry.
yeah, you got to limit. Yeah, I mean, you have to control that. But it sounds like that's just the tip of the spear for him. It's, the spending. It's something deeper. So he doesn't talk like a man who wants to be with this woman long term. So, um, but you have
He's
to.
spending all his money.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
didn't quit her job and she's spending his money.
oh, listen. I was married to somebody for a very long time and spent a lot of money, so I can empathize with them. So it doesn't get better. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't get better. The more money that you make, the more she's going to spend. So it's unfortunate, but your success, you're gonna squander away a lot of it on nonsense with her. But it's up to
Don't
him.
start that other business. I'm gonna say
I mean,
this.
I wouldn't turn down no business opportunities, like that. But he just has to look and say, hey, long term, am I prolonging the inevitable by not leaving her now? And
Right.
his daughter's young enough. It's not going to be a drain on him emotionally, as opposed to trying to leave the household if she's 10, or 12, and you're used to her crawling up in bed with you, this and that. You can set your own boundaries at that young age, and if you're financially able to break away, then hey, then you have to be okay with that. So I always said divorce isn't the first option. Just you got to go through the whole process of being able to say that you tried to fix it, and that's the last option.
I would not financially allow her to have access to the money because she clearly has a problem, right? Everybody's not good with finances and everybody doesn't get it when he said he has a great financial career. So he's making good money. But if she's draining and she's not bringing anything in and all of the money is going out, not only on her spending, but on their living expenses, eventually it's not going to be a good look. It's starting another business and making more money. And then you start the business and you start to make more money. And she's already joked about, if you leave me, I'm going to take everything. So I wouldn't start another business, or I would try to go another avenue with that business until we figured out what it is we're going to do. And if you can control your spending, because that's like buying a house with somebody and putting their name on it. and you know the inevitable is about to happen, and y'all gonna have to fight over the house. You know what I'm saying? That's like by him buying another house. Right now, he's saying, I'm not sure. And then you go buy another house with her and put her name on it.
If he's listening, go put your stuff under a trust.
Oh, is that what you do? Is that what you do? Oh, well, brothers, did y'all hear that? Say that again.
A trust.
A trust.
Sound like he's a smart dude. He'll figure it out.
Yes, but y'all need some counseling. I'm gonna say that because maybe a lot of times wives don't listen to husbands, but husbands saying you spending too much because they're seeing a lot of money coming in and they think that it's a never-ending money tree in the backyard until they start suffering financially, and then she'll be the one to leave him.
I mean, that's why I say it all the time. Men should not really be getting married until they're well into their 30s, because then you learn different women. Because I didn't know jack crap about women, and now I know I've dated women, so I know the characteristics. I know what to look for, stuff like that. But like my ex-wife would spend her characteristics and spending and that. Nah, if I met her today, got it. It's like I just see it clearly now. But it's like, I don't know. Yo.
Unc said, is it Unc? Hold on.
Oh shit, I'm Unc now. Yeah, I am.
No. This person, Ulrich, said, if they have financial problems before you met them, guess what? They're bringing that to your table. And then Asbury Park Dan said, definitely a trust. Wow, real talk. She done quit her job and now she's spending his money. She cares nothing for him. That's what Brian said. Sleepy said they should have both attended Dave Ramsey's Financial University. If that fails, then he should leave her. Yeah, they need a financial course. Or he needs to cut her off from the dough. That's what I'm gonna say. He needs to give her a credit card for the family to go to the supermarket. And if she spend that money, he needs, because you have to stop the bleeding at some point. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's your responsibility to say, I'm not going to continue to let you just swipe credit cards till you swipe us into the alley. I'm not going to do that. He has to man up as a man and say, this is the limit that you could spend, but you're not on these accounts. I wouldn't even put the money in the account with her. I could solve that problem real fast. If I was with a dude that was spending money and it was my money, and he wouldn't have no debit card. It would be like, here's your card. Here's this bank account. I'm serious. Here's this bank account. Every month, I'm gonna put $2,000 in here. Go ahead.
Once it runs out, you SOL.
Well, you could spend some money next month, but when that money gone, I'm not playing with you. So he could figure this out.
Oh yeah, he got to take control of it. But yeah, that's a good thing.
I think he just fed up with her. That sounds like to me. I'm not even gonna say. I was about to say the woman business partner. I always see something in between the lines. He said this woman wants to do a business deal with him.
Now let's see. You're already making up scenarios, trying to get somebody in trouble.
I know. I'm like, who the woman? See how women are. I ain't hear nothing else, but it was a woman that wanted to do the business deal with him. See, that's how we think. A woman. Mm-hmm. Well, who the woman? Is this your side chick? No, let me stop. I'm just joking. Oh, okay. Our time is up. You want to do one more question or no?
Yeah, one more.
All right, one more. Oh, Lord. My husband and I have been struggling for money for the last couple of years due to him being injured on his job. I felt desperate for money, so I've been stripping on the weekends to cushion the blow. He thinks I have a hostess job at a high-end club in our city, hence the tips. We have one car and on the weekends, I take it, so I'm not concerned with him showing up. I have also picked up a client who I service from time to time, if you know what I mean. Here's the problem. I saw a woman at the club from his old job while I was dancing. I had on a mask, but I think she knows it was me. Is it time for me to tell my husband, just in case she does? I'm so nervous.
That's a tough one there. I think say keep your mouth closed. Is it because he ain't complaining where the money's coming from? Because clearly the life's getting a little better around there. So,
girl, you better. Once you lose that trust is everything. Trust is the one thing that you can't get back. Like if this woman saw him, people just, like you said, people be minding other people's business. So if I thought I saw you, listen to this, listen to me. This is how I operate. Because she said she had on a mask. So I don't know whether it was like a, sometimes strippers wear like shingly things, or it was a mask.
This might have been pandemic shit. So
right. Whatever it was, she only could see this. See, if it was me, I'd be like, was that Lisa? I have to go back next week.
Show when masks are not or standard.
I would be like,
I knew it.
I know it was you. And I would, women are nosy. So I don't know. Calvin said, "Don't be messy." Oh, I would be like,
let that woman live, man. She's trying to feel. Listen. Sounds like she is a down chick. She is going to
servicing other people. She ain't no doubt. I was okay with the stripping.
Listen, she's being allured by the money, and that's the problem with that industry. Once you get in, you think, if I only made $2,000 a week, man, I'll be good. Shit, you be like, this ain't enough. I need to make 10, and it just is.
So do you think that all women that are in the strip club service men?
I can't make that general statement. It would be foolish. No, I wouldn't say all. I think there's a good percentage that do, but
see, crossing that line. That's why you gotta stay away from them things, because it's like indecent proposal. The person come along and make the right offer, because clearly she's struggling for cash, and the right person came along with the right offer. Like,
listen, let's all agree that movie is unrealistic. Because if anybody offered $1 million to sleep with my wife, I got $1 million.
We got $1 million. Go ahead, boo. No.
You can have him. You can do whatever you want to do. That movie was the dumbest movie ever. Let's just agree on that.
Your integrity right now.
She slept with him, and they didn't even take the $1 million. It's like, what?
Yeah, I know that was unrealistic. But again, this woman, like I said, not everybody, but most people who are desperate people do desperate things, right? So this woman is in a desperate situation because her husband lost his job or whatever. So I don't know how heavy their financial burden is, but that's a lot of stress when you can't pay your bills. So the right person came along and offered her the right amount of money, and now she's an escort. So this is why we can't play it with the devil, because it only gets worse. So if you just tuned in, you're tuned into Looking for Love. My name is Trey Kearney. This is my co-host,
Lamar Hall.
And we're here every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New You Nation Network YouTube channel. Please follow, friend, and like us. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Hit the little bell so that you get the alert. And make sure you tune in, follow, share with your friends so that they can know all about us and we can know all about y'all. So thank y'all for tuning in. Let's see how my camera said, you know what, y'all said enough. Y'all done said enough, because y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here. So we will be back next week at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Looking for Love, and we hope that you guys will join us. Lamar, any final words to our good people?
No, I'm not final words. I think I got like 2% left.
Okay, so my final word is desperate people do desperate things, so don't ever become desperate for anything. So we will see you guys next week. Peace and blessings, and take care of yourself. Good night, everybody.